Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, oh, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Ooh, man. You know something? I think I just beat the clock. Yep, I did, man. I certainly did. I beat the clock to get here. I'm not late. I'm not late at all. Oh, yeah. Now it's 10 o'clock. All right, it's time to get started. Welcome to the J-Man Show here on
J360 Radio.
It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woohooer, a hand clapper, a high fiver? I kind of like the high five, but if you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. At ChumbaCasino.com, choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses, so don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Hey, how's it going, J360 Legion? How are you all doing tonight? Welcome to the J-Man Show here for episode 270. We are in the 270 bracket now. Yeah. Goodbye, 260. Not gonna miss you. Even though we had some killer episodes in that, and as usual, we're gonna have to climb up the mountain again to get through the 270s because we are not far from 300. And I'm telling you, it's been such an awesome ride. I'm loving it. And then you know what? As it is September, and like I said before, September is almost gone. Yeah, for real. I called it. I totally called it that it was going to go by quick. And you know what it is? Because I can also feel my birthday creeping along, and I also feel my lady's birthday creeping along too. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty interesting run. But I want to say this though, it feels so good to be back on the show that started all the solo series, the flagship series. Welcome to the J-Man Show again. And I'm J-Man, of course. In case you didn't realize all that. But yeah, for a change, I was so excited that I managed to actually beat it out by a minute. Because, we were in a little bit of a time crunch here. We got a lot of things happening, not to mention, taking care of business regarding the first anniversary of Soda, and then also taking care of the J360 Monster Fest happening next week. Yelp. It starts with the last week of September all the way to the first week of November. So one way or another, as we go ahead and deal with our spooks and evil things, we're going to have to eventually cut some turkey. So that's how that goes. And then celebrate Christmas and all that jazz. We're going to have some fun stuff even then. Because I remember people asking me about the holiday event. And I'm like, not really an event per se. But at the same time, we're not ignoring it. Kind of like last time. We're just going to have a ball. And you know what? With the way things have been this year, we need it. Yeah, why not? The ultimate J-Man Christmas party. Yeah. And then maybe, we still got to do year's end anyway. Bring in 2023 with a hell of a bang. And hopefully I won't even be on this side of the region anymore. I'll be where I need to be at. So it's little things like that. I've been working steadily towards that goal. And, I'm touching it and getting further and right where I need to be at. So, yeah, it's just been a busy time for the J-Man. But you know what, though? It's okay because, it gets like that. Sometimes, you thrive in chaos. And as you should, because I don't get it. I just finished the great event, managed to have a little Cinderella season there for a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Screw y'all. Y'all don't even understand what masculinity and femininity is. That's why I give you the finger. But the thing about it is, had a little bit of a beautiful Cinderella season there. I was in my element. I filmed a nice event. I'm actually finishing up the tappings on that. Fine cut is looking good, just needs a little extra. Not to mention, because certain people that I work with are kind of still in their whole disc phase. Yeah, I still got to burn it to a disc. But yeah, it's all set and ready to go. And I'm just happy with the way it turned out. Because the footage is good, the sound is crisp, and just everything about it was beautiful. So, more assignments coming in, they're just going to be looking as good, if not better, than what I just made. So I really like that, And I'm not wearing the First Scout moniker as I do it, even though First Scout is great. I love working with that company. But, that's just one of the many companies I work with. But, yeah, that was really, really cool. Especially, the way my aunt and uncle looked. They looked like they fell in love again, and that was just so awesome. So, I'm pulling in, doing the best I can for them, and not to mention upgrade all of my material. So, brother man doing it up. But, as it is, I still have to come back and still do stuff for you guys. So, as it is, I realize the other part of the spectrum here at J360 Productions. Yep, I have to keep on doing the J360 radio and the J360 TV shows. That's just the way it is, Consistency is what wins big. Other people don't understand that, but you see, after a while, because everybody wants to go viral, they don't want to just make content. It's little things like that. But then again, I could be speaking too much. It really does depend on the person, huh? Oh, wait, no. It is get viral and then get all your money at that one shot, like a lump sum deal instead of, periodical. Okay, I get it. Yeah. Not for me. I actually like doing what I do. And it doesn't bother me to go ahead and be in time crunches to make this content for you guys because I'm going to give you my best regardless. So it's all about that. But people don't understand sometimes if you got to take real time for yourself, because burnout is real, take the time you need. All right? Don't ever be ashamed of certain things like that. It's different, though, if you have contracts in play. It's different, though, if, you're really being lazy. It's just one of those kind of things. But, it's how your mindset is. Me, I just always go, unless it's something real serious or it's like I gotta not be a part of things. And that, in turn, leads to our next subject tonight. Shadow banning. Why in the hell, for real, just because people are a little bit more eccentric, people are a little bit more, kind of abrasive about things, does not mean that they're out here marketing and selling hate, or they're out here going against what the algorithm, the almighty algorithm, has to say. You understand what I mean? Keep in mind of this, right? Those that know J-Man, and those that have experienced J-Man's greatness in so many ways, and infinite wisdom, how often do you see me following the rules? Especially stupid ones. If you've answered never, you are a real fan. Because the truth is that a lot of these rules, if anything, serve nothing more than to control us and to try to shape what we say because it's not correct. Somebody think of the children. You're not thinking of the children, Spaz. You want to know how I know you're not? Because the things you marketed to children. The things that all these people market to children and all. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? It's funny because in this day of, hey, we gotta fight miscommunication. We gotta fight misinformation too. We gotta put a stop to certain things so that we can keep, things strong and keep the bloodline pure. In addition to all that crazy stuff that goes down, they do it poorly. Because you're silencing other voices. Not everybody's going through the same problem as somebody else is. Not everybody looks at things the same way as somebody else does. You get what I'm saying? At best, I try not to post so many controversial things on Instagram, even though they really deserve it. Any of this meta I'm fooling myself company out here that is losing people because at the same time it's trying to be kind of like the NFL when Roger Goodell started, the no fun league. I mean, you think about it from time to time. Oh, well, Jay, the algorithm works for me. I don't care about you, jackass. I'm talking about me. I don't care. It's funny. People will come in and they'll chime in with, well, this is how it worked for me, blah, blah, blah. And it's helpful to a point. But right off the bat, it's like, this is a completely unnecessary because about the most, I just try to post stuff about the shows that are being made, the event that I would be on, and then, because I'm so busy filming the event, I don't have time to go ahead and do social media lives and stuff like that. There is also, hey, J360 Jams. And the only reason I paid attention to this is because the news for 53 didn't go out or hit as hard as the news did for 52. And I'm wondering how different is that? Is it because one's yellow and the other one was multicolor? Is that what it was? Sometimes I wonder, and then you know what? You realize the more you try to go for what people want, because as the old adage, you gotta give the people what they want. Yeah, I get it. But you see, people don't know what they want. People have a variety of multiple things being thrown their way. The retention levels are really low because of all the crazy stuff that goes on and the quick vids and everything. You don't need to give them any real substance anymore. If you give them a little bit of bang, bang, boom, and then maybe a hot chick in the middle of all that stuff, you already got, like, what, 50% of the market? 75% if those tits are big. I mean, it's just like, and I know it's chauvinistic to say, but that's the messy truth. Sex sells. I mean, I can see it now if I'm running around with my package all out and all that kind of stuff. You know, once again, I corner at least half the market. Because y'all can't get enough of nice black balls. Think about it. It just, you know, after a while, even by showing that, you know, allegedly, that's controversial too, which is why there's a lot of fan sleeves and all that other stuff out here. And I can't knock people for making money off of that. I mean, if that's what you want to sell, that's what you want to sell. But the crazy thing is that, you know, some of the best conversation you can have for free, some of the best entertainment you can have is for free. In addition, outside the premium stuff. You know, I don't mind aiming for premium, but are you going to be there to really support and buy and be about that premium life? Like, I can make premium content too. I already have something set up for that. Now, y'all ain't ready for that, but I do have something set up for it. It's one of those things where you look at it and it's like, yeah, give the people what they want, but here's the thing. You got to be striving to sell something too. And it can't be the same old thing all the time. And then, you know, like, that's what they seem to want us to have, the same damn voice. No difference, no variety, no sort of volumes. And my voice carries. You know what I mean? Even when I'm really pissed or I'm really happy, my voice carries. It's getting to that level where it's like, you know what? This isn't the time to please anybody. This is the time to, once again, prove myself right about, like, hey, we need to evolve J360 Productions instead of staying complacent with it. There's going to be a day where, you know what, I probably won't want to do the J-Man show. I'd like to go ahead and do something a little bit different. I'd like to go ahead and do things on that different keel to, once again, it's just like having a refresh button, if you will. But once again, will that get as many, will it stick, will it give as much traction as like what you're used to? Jams comes every other week, unless I'm doing an event or something. It's one of those kind of things. What do the people want if you take away what is in front of the people? What is the creme de la creme greatest video ever made? I guarantee if you ask people that, you will get like at least 20 different answers because it varies amongst people. Just like what is beautiful and what is ugly. You know, it's just one of them kind of things. Like, you know, you can see, like, what is society's average beautiful person, but when they open their mouth and they say a whole bunch of derogatory, nasty things, similar to robbing people and drugging them, or eating people and taking them hostage regardless, that is a very ugly person. But if there's somebody that's, like, 600 pounds and has, like, a very, very open aspect, know that they're not appealing in one aspect, but at the same time, they manage to do more for you than like at least 32 of the most beautiful damn women on earth. Something about that, you know, is beautiful, right? I'm using that as, you know, statistics on high. I'm not saying that it affects my life or anything, but there's some people that actually like that life. There are actually some people that are like, you know what? I'll date an ugly woman before I date this thought off of TikTok because, you know, they don't want that much out of me. It could be like some of that crazy stuff going down. But then again, is it really crazy? Because once again, this is one of those objective moments for people. But as I look at, like, when it comes to the shadow bans and stuff like that, you don't have to ban every damn body, but you want to, right? They want to go ahead and they want to mess up those certain people that are trying to grow, that are trying to become brands, that are trying to build businesses, that are trying to do all these cool things, simply because, you know what? The powers that be don't want to hire them for some reason. The powers that be don't want to take shots on them. But when the people started taking shots for themselves, and they started running and making their own content, all of a sudden, people started flocking over to them. They started making money off of that. Nobody was going to mainstreams like that. And then they're like, well, what are we going to do to bring them back? Oh, well, what we're going to do is we're going to try to control what they have. We're going to use it for our stuff. And then we're going to throw a bunch of ads at them and get them to spend money on those ads, even though they don't need them. Make it so like they do need them because the world's consumers insecure. See? And the thing is, that's what they aim for all the time. They aim for our insecurities all the friggin' time, even though there might not be anything physically or mentally wrong with you. So they can hose you in and go ahead and sell you anything. While at the same time steal from other people because they don't have no imagination or no creativity like anything. So why the hell not, We're fair game, right? That's why some of them don't even want to market well, because they know that if somebody over there has a mouthpiece and they got all of these people following them and everything, we don't need to market anymore. Let them do it. Let their reverse hate marketing help us get where we need to be, guys, and we'll be in multiple different homes all over the place. Yeah, that sounds really good. Yeah. And note, I say a lot of that stuff regarding the ladies and all because, hey, I'm a man. And you know what the thing about it is? Hetero man, anyway, that notices that kind of stuff. But the same can be said for the women folk, too. Whatever they're interested in, a very attractive man, same old thing, right? R. Kelly can sing like the best of them, right? There's some women that are willfully throwing themselves to him saying, abduct me because of the songs and stuff. So they choose to go ahead and do those things. I'm not saying that the victims that actually went through the process and the problems that got him, incarcerated and all this stuff, I'm not saying that they willfully choose to become a victim. A lot of that needs to be thrown on their parents, but we'll talk about parental responsibility a little bit later. But the thing about it is, it's like when you look at it and stuff like that, same scenario. You could have a man that's like at least 600 pounds that would probably do more for you than about like at least 32 of them would be, beautiful men. See, it's that same situation. What do you know about it, So, you got to go ahead and think about the vice versa of these examples I give you in addition to, what I give you. You know what I mean? Because people will always be want to challenge me on this. I think somebody also mentioned, oh, well, if you don't post any reels or any videos, because Instagram's pushing for that, then you won't get any viewership on any of your other stuff. So, yeah, more reels. I see, more reels. Because, Instagram long since lost its way anyway. This isn't the first time it pulled this crap, because it's not even technically Instagram anymore. It's Facebook, a.k.a. Meta, or whatever the hell they want to call themselves nowadays. I call them POS. But the thing about it is, or Zuckerberg's pipe dream. The thing is, it's no matter how they're going about it, they're going about it wrong. And the thing about it is, I think they're still trying to cater to those of the higher ups. They're trying to be like this other brand, and they're not. Even with TikTok, I'm on TikTok, at J360TV, in case you need to know. Yeah, when you look at it on the outside and you're just being a viewer, it's great. But when you're actually doing the creative stuff for it, unless you're following trends or unless you're just trying to do your own thing, which, you try to do your own thing and kind of hit or miss. But if you start following trends, oh, yeah, you in, baby. That's the way it is, yeah. The level up is real, and you can make a following from it. But you got to keep following them trends, though. Be about them trends, yeah. Go on ahead with them trends. And then you see pretty much it's like ADHD on high when you see all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but there's some decent people on it. Some creators and stuff. But even then, as I say this, remember when Snapchat was top? Remember, Snapchat was a top thing, too. That's how we managed to get Instagram stories and stuff. But then all of a sudden, now here with Reels and everything, it's because they want to be TikTok so bad. Why don't you just be yourself? That's what I always just think. I mean, you could have that. You could have those features, but don't forget where you come from a little bit. Even as I say, I want to do something a little bit different than the J-Man Show and stuff. And I will do something different from the J-Man Show. Because I have that set up. But there are people that love the J-Man Show too. So I keep making the content for them as well. See what I'm saying? You never forget, though. We're a production company. That's what we do. We make productions. Like, and I had to make this same argument with people on social media all the time that always want to ask me, oh, you know, what is J360 Productions about? Read that damn description right there, and it'll tell you everything you need to know. And then while we're on the subject here, don't be acting like you're confused, because I know a jerk when I see one. You know? It get like that sometimes. Or like some people be like, what's that? I'll be like, shut up and get out of my sight. I'm going for the next one then. If anything, well, I'll treat you like Tinder. We swipe left on those who ask stupid questions. Out! Out, damn it! Beat it! Shoo! The hell with you! Here, knee to the nuts. Here, punch in the face. Punch in the face. It's kind of like that scene from Hit of State when Bernie Mac got off the train and he just starts slapping people coming up asking them stupid stuff. Nah, see, I ain't gonna slap you. I'm gonna treat you like a man would. I'm gonna beat the hell out of you. I'm gonna punch you out of the way and then I'm gonna keep on walking. And I ain't got time for dumb stuff. Because I bust my ass enough and pretty busy trying to maintain keeping me together, both, you know, professionally, personally, and then, you know, also making sure that I'm being the best version of myself I can be, you gotta realize some of that stuff is really stupid. That people come up and just want to upchuck your way and stuff. And it's not even anything that's like, you know, where I could give you advice on how to be a better creative. I could do that. And I'm not going to charge you as much as like some of these people are, because when you look at like some of these courses that you pay for, really pay attention to them, okay? Really make sure like these are worth your money, because a lot of people are not really being smart about their money. You know what I mean? I remember like talking to somebody that was getting started with their content creating, and then all of a sudden I check in with them a little bit later and I ask them, hey, you know, I write scripts. Is a comic book script any different than a traditional screenplay? And instead of giving me an answer about yes or no, because it's yes or no, they go on this whole thing like, well, you know, it's too late for me right now, but hey, you know, we'll set aside some time and, you know, you could pay like $20 for me to give you a course on it. I was pissed. I was really pissed. I was like, kiss my ass. $20? $20, I could buy a whole damn book. I'm asking you in a yes or no format. A yes or no would have been fine. And then I go about my merry way. I don't need that kind of BS. You're going to charge me for a damn course for, and then like something that I got to sit there, take time out of my day for, knowing I don't have time for that because I have clients to deal with. I have a job to deal with. I have other things to go ahead and work with to maintain my own space, which is why, like, when some people send me invitations, say, hey, you haven't been to our social media site in a while. Hey, you haven't been in our group at all. I guess because I'm busy. I guess because I'm working on things. I guess because, you know what? Hey, these productions won't create their damn selves, will they? And the thing about it is, I'm not saying that for sympathy. I don't mind being busy. I don't mind being productive. But I know I have to put the time in to make that stuff work. And then, oh yeah, I go away from that to go see what the hell you have to say. And it could be similar to, or it can be something I already know about. And then at the same time, I have to go back later on to go work on the project I just left to hear what the hell you just had to say. Like a boomerang. I'm like, give me a break. That's just as bad as, like, you know, the whole thing with jams. I love jams. I love jams dearly. Jams is one of the best projects I have ever worked on. I met a lot of cool people doing jams. I met a lot of jackasses doing jams. I've managed to open it up for different genres of music to be on jams. I managed to open the gates for anybody who wants to present something on jams. You can present it as long as it has a rhythm, a flow, and it's not mumble rap. We good. Yeah, mumble rap sucks. Especially in my eyes. How lazy can you be? But when it gets to that point, all right, jams is open as an opportunity for all independent musicians to showcase their musical skills, whatever sort of talent they have. And I mean, if you really want to have a party, you can have a party with it. It's going to grow, it's going to evolve the more I do it. And the more that you're involved in it, that's what you get out of it. If you're going to just sit there and just be like, well, you know, I don't know how to submit jams, I don't know how to do, and I already have jam submission rules out there all over social media, all over J360productions.com that tells you point blank how to do it. You either A, don't care, You don't even care about your damn self, for one thing. That's very interesting to me. But when it comes to, like, you didn't read it. It's just, well, I don't know how to submit. How do you do it if it's too big for an email? We live in a day of drives, all sorts of cloud convert. We live in a day and age where, you have to send huge files to people. Okay? You got Dropbox, you got Google Drive, you got the latest one that's called Air. You also have like OneDrive. You have all these things out here and you're not using them. Some of them you get for free. 15 gigs for free. You know? What, you didn't hide, what, you want to be a killer but you didn't hide the body? Is that what it is? What is going on? I'll tell you what's going on. Friggin' laziness is going on. You know what I mean? Somewhere along the line, people got lazy, or somewhere along the line, people got burnt out, or whatever the excuse may be. But I can't make this any more easier for you guys. I remember one time we had a cloud setup where you could actually submit tracks into the cloud setup so I could go ahead and get them so it wouldn't be too much wear and tear on you. But we had to get rid of that because it was being misused and abused. It was being mistreated. And then there was a point where, you know what? I was like, guess what? Why don't we just stick with the email system then? I mean, sure, there's other ways, but I'm not looking for advice right now. I'm talking about a point here. The point is that guess what? Follow the submission rules and use them to the fullest. Some of you have been great. Some of you have been awesome in terms of getting your submissions in. Some of you have been really great by getting them in a lot earlier than the deadline. I tell you that Thursday is the last day, but it doesn't have to be your first day to get them in. Get them in while you can, I always say. Try to aim for that. There's a reason why this show is bi-weekly. It gives you a time to actually work on your content and stuff like that. I'm not over here saying you need new tracks every week for jams. You don't need new tracks every week. You know what I'm saying? There's ways of working this stuff out. You just got to communicate. And the reason why people don't want to communicate, I'll never know. I don't want to know. I wasn't trained to do such a thing. Like, even when I was at Wilmington U, or even as I was doing a lot of the stuff before Wilmington U, I wasn't trained on this kind of crap. I was trained to communicate and talk. And then, like, even when there were moments where it seemed like society doesn't accept or respect me or don't like me, I don't care. I'm here. You get the hell out of the way then. You know? I don't know what to tell you other than, guess what? If you're not going to play ball and be a part of how this stuff works, then stay the hell out of my way. I got a business to build. It's the same thing with the ShadowBans and stuff like that. You know, it's interesting because Facebook wants you to spend money on ads, but I figure this. You go ahead and you be direct about your presentation. You find a way to get that presentation out there, which is why, like, when some people ask me in a DM about what am I doing, what the hell you think I'm doing? I'm not coming to see you. I'm over here promoting J360 Productions. Because you know what? There might be a little bit of this. I hope I give this off pretty good. I don't mind working a 9 to 5, but I don't see myself working at 9 to 5s for far too long. I see myself being calm, wholly independent, and being a job creator and having more and more businesses along the line. But I want to get this one going good first. You understand? You got to have that ambition. You got to be about it. And God knows I am. And this is the crap I get. Oh, I get to have a stupid conversation about how to submit tracks to an online radio show. You don't really know how to do that, do you? But it's funny, though, because people like that know how to submit to all these other shows out here. All these other shows you hold in high demand and everything. Yeah, isn't that great? Yeah, now you can kiss my ass. You want to talk about support? Well, hey, how about showing some my way and stuff? I remember I had somebody on Jams one time who, yeah, I didn't know my tracks were going to J360 Jams. Oh, yeah? Then who the hell sent me the email, bitch? This is unprofessional as hell, mind you, but let me just tell you this. This is my show. This is my time to talk about it. It's story time. Sit your ass down. Take it. The whole point is, it's like, when you submit your tracks, you're representing you, unless it's your label. And if your label does something wrong, you be ready to tell that label, hey, guess what? You went about this wrong, didn't you? Think about it. Wouldn't you? But when it's you yourself, you got to be willing to understand. However those tracks look, however they play, whatever goes down with them, if they ain't working right, that's your fault. Now, I want to help you, and I'm on your side until I'm not. Keep that in mind. Jams does not have to go this way. Jams can be smooth sailing if you just allow it to be smooth sailing. Much like producing a movie. A movie is, well, you know, a movie could be anything. A movie could be chaos, and then there's a little thing like a little bit of control, or what you can taper off the chaos a little bit. But there has to be a chain of command. There has to be a leadership. And not everybody's a leader, no matter how loud the voice is. You got to do the thing that's going to get the job done. And you got to be calm about it. You know, like things could be real hectic for 1 minute, but I'm like this. I'm like, you know what? Everything's going to be okay. Let's just get this done. Like same thing like I am at my day job, or same thing where I'm in on like an independent production or whatever. I'm like that. Yeah, sure, I'll be snippy and I'll tell you about yourself. But the thing about it is, I know what the hell I'm talking about, and I know we have to get to that end game. See what I'm saying? You got to think with the end in mind. If this stuff needs to be ready and set by a certain date for the premiere, it needs to get friggin' done. That's the whole point. It's the same thing for like those of you that have ideas or all this other stuff that come up. This was the week to talk to me about it, because as soon as Monster Fest gets rolling, I don't want to talk to anybody on this level. This is not the time to talk to me behind the scenes and stuff when Monster Fest is rolling around. Same thing when Jamiversary is rolling around. Or same thing when Year's End is rolling around. And you know the thing about Year's End is just usually one day. So think about that. Do you think if you were in my shoes, you would tolerate or allow any of this crazy stuff? The answer is no. No, you wouldn't. Think about it. Like really put yourself in my shoes about this. And I did do a screen cap of that person's whole thing, and I sent it out there on Instagram because I'm tired of it. Anybody ask me stupid crap like that? Yeah, guess what? Let's go be infamous, all right? That stuff is so stupid. 3 years running of putting this show together, I get questions like that. I never been on the show before. Nope. You guys don't get to use that excuse all the time. Because there have been people who have been on this show 5 times in a row asking me novice crap. The only limit to jams is that, guess what? I don't do one-track plays. That's pretty much the limit. You could make a whole track with Fisher-Price toys for all I give a damn. At least you're being creative. Just do the job. I can't promote you if you're not willing to promote yourself. It's just like certain people that been in the music game for long. I remember there's one person coming up saying this to me. It's time to make a comeback. I was like, you were gone? Time to make a comeback, huh? Why don't you just get the damn thing done? You know? Why don't you just submit tracks? You don't even have to have like a standard conversation with me, really. Everybody's busy. The world's friggin' busy. But I take time out of my day to hear what you guys have to say, because you know what? That's what a leader does. But at the same time, let's get the friggin' thing finished. Jams 53 should be shaped up and finished by the time Thursday even rears its ugly head. You understand what I'm saying? By the time I'm on the J-Man show here on Wednesday, on average, that should be all set, ready, tied up with a ribbon, and I just start looking over at Jams 54, Jams 55, Jams 56, all the way up to Jams 100. And you know, even then, when 100 gets here, it's questionable whether I move on or not. Because see, here's the thing. A lot of y'all were worried today because I did a test to go against the ShadowBan not too earlier to see like what was going on. And I said Jams was canceled. Now keep in mind, I'm not doing that ever again. Because you know, I'm not a cry wolf. If I'm going to tell you something, I'm going to tell you something seriously. And if Jams is ever getting canceled or any of these shows are getting canceled, I will go on video and I will tell you directly what's going on. And then that is the coverage for it. Letting you all know that right now. That is my decree, my word is my bond, and that is the statement. You see what I'm saying? All right then. That is my promise to you. The viewer, the listener, the Jam Fammer, anything. Think about it. And all my soda heads out there, you crazy Soda fans are nuts. I'm just saying, God bless them. Whew, man. You know how like you got your infantry people? Them soda fans are more or less like they the hyper centurions at best. Crazy as hell. But yeah, for real. The way things are going and stuff, I will go and do a press conference on like what is canceled and what is not. Maybe I'll probably do that at the start of the year. Yeah, you know? Call it State the Legion. Anyway, it's just wild, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. You guys are allowed to ask me things. You're supposed to, but some of this stuff is self-explanatory. You don't really need my help like that. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not impossible to communicate and stuff, because I can get, like, sometimes, like I said, my voice carries, and the way I am could be off-putting, could not mesh with you well, could not be a lot of things. I totally get that. Some of y'all are really introverts. Some of y'all have, like, a whole different way of doing things than I do. And I'm trying to be as open to that as I can be. But then there are just times where it's like, nah, this doesn't set right. Nah, this isn't the right texture. Nope, this is undercooked meat. Things like that, you know? But all in all, guys, I mean, like, I try not to mean any harm by it. I try not to, you know, cut your wound and put salt in it and say, here, Mo, how you like it? Hold on, I'm going to get some ice. You know, it's just one of them kind of things. But you got too many people out here that are thinking too big for their britches sometimes, so you got to bring them down a peg or two. Or you got too many people out here that, once again, they say they want to be involved, but they don't get involved. And then, like, you get my drift and see with that nonsense out there, and you really trying to get stuff together, because some of these people could be staff, some of these people could be partners, some of these people could actually... That's the whole thing. But when you know somebody is just effing around and ain't serious about their own life, let alone dealing with you as a content creator or whatever, you can't just have the gates open for those people. Because the opportunity given to them, they took away from somebody else that really wanted to be there. And you'll know this, so you got to look at your circle too. You got to look at everything around you about it. And it's a damn shame that, you know, it had to play out like this, but it won't be this way forever. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. But all in all, though, I mean, like, we got a lot of things on our plate. And note that I said we, because, you know, I don't go through this without the J360 Legion or without anybody that's in the whole J360 production circle here. The whole point is that, guess what? Let's just have a great time. Let's finish 2022 strong. Let's get my behind over there to the west. And let's just do awesome stuff, okay? Let's start fresh even. You know? Make one hell of an impact this way. So, we'll go ahead about this then. As far as I'm concerned, I got to go ahead and get on out of here, though. I feel like I always got to go do something, but yeah, that's very true. Anyway, I want you guys to, we're going to start fresh. We're going to make stuff happen. I'm going to watch my temper. You're going to stop being stupid. Boy, that's a stretch. Well, we're going to go for it anyway. Make this stuff happen. You guys take care of yourselves. This is J-Man signing off. I think it's either our Hangouts or something tomorrow. Well, you know what? Stay tuned to see what happens tomorrow, okay? This is J-Man signing off. Peace.
It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woohooer, a hand clapper, a high fiver? I kind of like the high five, but if you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. At ChumbaCasino.com, choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses. So don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+. Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hello, Saver. Whether you're saving for that trip to the tropics or saving for an emergency, now is the time to take advantage of Wells Fargo's savings options. Wells Fargo offers savings accounts that can help you save towards your goals. So, what are you saving for? Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/save to open a savings account today.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.